Every single night on a cruise ship, something strange happens, long after the last passenger leaves the buffet. After the lights grow dim, after the music fades and the dining rooms go quiet. Huge amounts of perfectly good-looking food simply disappear. Not scraps left on plates. Not half-eaten meals. Entire trays, freshly cooked dishes. Food that was prepared, displayed, and never touched, and almost nobody talks about where it actually goes. Some people believe it's donated. Others assume it's recycled. A few even think it quietly ends up dumped into the ocean, but the truth is far more complicated, and far more surprising, because a cruise ship isn't just serving dinner. It's running one of the largest moving food operations on Earth. Thousands of people, tight schedules, zero room for mistakes. One wrong decision can lead to food poisoning, legal action, environmental damage, or even the end of a cruise line's reputation. So what really happens to all that food? The answer is controlled by strict international laws, advanced technology, and invisible crews working deep below deck. There is a system behind every tray you see. And once you understand it, you'll never look at a cruise buffet the same way. Again, this is the shocking truth about leftover food on cruise ships. Let's uncover 11 shocking realities behind cruise ship buffets, the systems you never see, the rules no one explains, and the hidden processes that decide the fate of every single tray once you walk away. 1. A floating city that never stops eating. A cruise ship is not just a vacation destination. It's a floating city, one that never sleeps and never stops eating every single day. Thousands of passengers expect fresh breakfast options, massive lunch buffets, multi-course dinners, late-night snacks on large cruise ships. More than 15,000 meals can be prepared in just one day. That means hundreds of kilograms of meat. Thousands of eggs, massive soup kettles, endless trays of bread and desserts, and everything must be ready on time. Every time. Unlike hotels on land, cruise ships cannot simply send someone to the store if supplies run low. Once the ship leaves port, it's on its own. Running out of food is not an option. That's why chefs always prepare extra, to avoid shortages, complaints, and chaos from the very beginning. Some food waste is unavoidable, even with perfect planning. Feeding thousands of people at sea leaves zero margin for error. 2. Why buffet food can never go back once food reaches the buffet line on a cruise ship. Its fate is sealed. It doesn't matter if it looks untouched. It doesn't matter if nobody took a single bite. By law, that food can never return to the kitchen. Why? Food safety. Buffet food is exposed to hundreds, sometimes thousands of passengers. People touch serving spoons. They breathe over trays. They move food around without realizing it. Even if the food looks clean, there's no way to guarantee it hasn't been contaminated. On land, one mistake might make a few people sick. At sea, that same mistake could affect hundreds at once. Food poisoning outbreak on a cruise ship is not just a health problem. It's a legal and logistical nightmare. That's why cruise food regulations are extremely strict. The moment food is placed on the buffet, it's officially considered served. And once it's served, it can never be reused. Every night, entire trays are removed, not because they're bad, but because safety leaves no room for second chances. 3. The technology watching every tray in the past. Cruise ship kitchens relied on experience and guesswork. Cooking too much was safer than risking shortages, but that approach created massive waste. Today, things are very different. Modern cruise ships use advanced technology to monitor almost everything happening on the buffet. Behind the scenes, systems track how much food is prepared, how much is taken, how much is thrown away. Some cruise lines analyze every single tray. They track which dishes disappear quickly and which ones barely get touched. Passenger demographics matter too. More American guests. More burgers and desserts. More European guests. More fish and salads. Even weather affects decisions. On hot days, lighter meals are prepared. On cold days, heavier comfort foods increase. In many cases, it's no longer the head chef making decisions. It's an algorithm. These systems learn from every sailing and automatically adjust future menus. Thanks to this technology, Many cruise lines have reduced food waste by over 40%, without passengers noticing any difference. 4. What food can be reused, and what can't inside cruise ship kitchens? There's one rule chefs never break. It's not about taste. It's about where the food has been. Food prepared but never sent to passengers can still be reused. For example, unserved fish can become soup or sauce. Extra vegetables can be repurposed. Ingredients that never left the kitchen still have value, but the moment food touches the buffet, everything changes, even if it looks perfect. Even if nobody touched it, it's considered unsafe once it crosses that line. There are no exceptions. Its destination is already decided. 5. Turning food waste into energy. Food waste doesn't just disappear on modern cruise ships. It enters a highly controlled processing system. First, the food is ground into small particles, then it's dehydrated, removing most of the moisture. This alone can reduce food waste volume by up to 80%. What remains is a dense, dry pulp that's easier to store on newer ships. This pulp can be converted into energy or usable byproducts that support onboard systems. Older ships store processed waste and offload it at port for specialized treatment. The goal is clear: waste less, process smarter, reduce environmental impact. 6. The laws that control the ocean cruise. Ships don't make their own rules. They follow strict international laws. The most important is MARPOL, a global convention controlling waste at sea. Under these laws, food waste can only be discharged under specific conditions. It must be fully processed. The ship must be over 12 nautical miles from shore. Every discharge is logged, timed, measured, and recorded. Inspectors audit these records. Violations can lead to million-dollar fines because of this. Most cruise lines avoid ocean discharge whenever possible. The sea is no longer a place where mistakes disappear. 7. The truth behind zero waste claims. Many cruise lines advertise zero waste or zero landfill ships. But zero doesn't mean nothing. It usually means waste isn't sent to traditional landfills. Some waste is recycled, some is incinerated, some is processed before disposal. Modern incinerators are cleaner than old ones, but they still create emissions. That's why cruise lines are investing in cleaner fuels like LNG and smarter systems. There is no truly zero impact cruise ship yet, but progress is happening. 8. The hidden crew you never see while passengers enjoy ocean views. Another operation runs below deck. Sanitation and environmental teams work 24/7. They handle food waste, plastics, glass, cooking oil, cardboard. Everything is sorted, tracked, and logged. Some waste goes through 7 different stages before final processing. Without this hidden crew, the entire ship would stop functioning. 9. The problem that still exists despite all this technology. Food waste is still significant. The average cruise passenger generates about 1.8 kilograms of waste per day. Multiply that by thousands of passengers and a week-long voyage. The scale is massive. Some waste is recycled, some is processed. A small portion can still legally enter the ocean. The problem isn't solved, but it's no longer ignored. 10. How passengers can reduce waste. Passengers play a bigger role than they realize. Buffets trigger one psychological trap: overloading plates. A simple habit makes a huge difference. Walk the buffet first. Take smaller portions. Go back for seconds if needed. Live cooking stations help reduce waste even more. Awareness creates accountability. 11. The future of cruise buffets. Here's the final shocking truth. Cruise buffets, as we know them, are slowly disappearing. Luxury is no longer about excess. It's about control, quality, and sustainability. Future buffets will have smaller portions, tasting style servings, smarter production. Artificial intelligence will adjust food in real time. If something isn't popular, less is made. If something performs well, it quietly increases. Within a decade, today's buffet culture may feel outdated, and that's the biggest change of all. The cruise industry is changing, not for image, but out of necessity. So next time you're at a cruise buffet, remember, you're not just eating, You're part of a system that impacts the ocean. And if you want to uncover more real cruise secrets most passengers never see, make sure you're subscribed.